Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon. Well, good morning everywhere, unless you watch it internationally. Yeah. Okay, so it is Friday, and West Coast, please forgive me, but I have to come on early because I got a lot to do today, right? It's that time of the month, y'all, where you got things to do, you got bills to pay, you got to, make it do what it do. It is Halloween, but I don't really celebrate Halloween, y'all. I think it's a holiday for children. And so, yeah, I mean, if you want to dress up as an adult, go for it. But I'm not really a Halloween person, never have been, right? Yeah, tipping in at the saloon. Okay. Crystal's over at the beauty saloon. Thank you, Danette. And I just got your $15 donation. Thank you, Danette. I appreciate it. Um, I didn't send out any notifications because it's going to be just maybe a 30-minute live at the most. I don't really want to say much, but I know pretty much that I'm not probably going to go live again. It's only going to be Patreon tonight for Friday night unlocked. So I don't see myself going live. It's possible, but I wanted to have some type of conversation for the non Patreon people or drop in, just to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, tell you what's going on in the world of Tyesse Jackson. Yeah. So again, good morning, everybody. West Coast, my apologies. I know it's 8:25, but you'll see this when you get up and get moving, right? You'll see this when you get up and get moving. But do me a big favor, everybody that is here, if you can. And part of my tardiness, I had a package that was arriving, and I had to get it. Okay, so yeah, when I posted the video, it was 8 stops away. But y'all already know Amazon what that gives. So that was the reason I was a little tardy. Okay. Let me delete this really quickly. I don't even know what that is. Delete. Okay. So yeah, right now while you're thinking about it, do all three of these things in succession. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Um, it'll help us out a great deal because it is early on. It is early on the West Coast. Yes, join Patreon. We will be live tonight. We're gonna shoot for 9 o'clock like we always do. 9 p.m. is always a perfect time. Yeah, we'll be live with a episode of Friday Night Unlocked on Patreon. Okay, so in Patreon. So please be sure to stop by and say hello if you're a Patreon. You can join right now and you'll be ready. You don't want to get a whole year? Well, I don't know what it's like. I'm just gonna get the month, $5. But most people pay for the whole year and you just don't never have to worry about it again. $48 for 12 months. Also, I would recommend downloading the Patreon app. It helps you a lot. Another thing is use PayPal as a payment source because you don't have to worry about banking issues. Because sometimes banks, if they see a charge and sometimes, they won't approve it because it's international. Like if something's based in another country, sometimes they don't, your bank will take you through some headache. So a lot of people tell me I switched over to paying through PayPal and it's just easier, especially if you got like one of the big three banks. Yeah. I don't think you have a problem with Bank of America, but like Wells Fargo and Chase, if they see an international payment processor, sometimes they're like, oh my God, what's going on? So you shouldn't have any problems. Like I would say 98%, 99% of my Patreons have no problem with payment processing. I have no access to any of that information. Okay. The only thing I have access to is your email. I get a notification that such and such with this email just join your Patreon. So everything with your banking or your payment is between you and Patreon. I see nothing. Okay. It is totally encrypted and your information is safe. All right. My moms will be putting links in the chat. Hey, Dr. Davis, Samarta, I got your message, Samarta. I love you more. All right. The Black Madonna. All right, we ain't seeing you in a minute. Where you been? Hope all is well. Nessa G, I don't think we've seen you in a minute. Good to see you back in the chat. It's Friday. It is October 31st. We're getting ready to move into November, a new month. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of angst right now with people. Because there's food uncertainty. I saw local officials, including the mayor, implementing the emergency management plan right now for what's going on. We this is the richest country in the world, not the richest country in this region, but the richest country in the world. And for people, federal workers, to be standing in line waiting for food boxes, it really is just sad. Is the only way I can describe it. It is really sad. But let me speak about some misinformation that's being put out here. Actually, one of the Tyesse Squad members saw it on another platform that we won't mention, and so I wanna, because TikTok is not a news source, right? TikTok is not a news source. Okay, so I want to, for my followers, because I honestly care about making sure you get the best, most accurate news possible. So they were telling me about something that was said on another platform and last night. And so let me just tell you here, Walmart is not about to close doors and only allow online pickup only. That would be dumb, really. When you think about it, that would be dumb. Okay. Walmart is not about to, due to safety risk and all this other stuff, you can only go to Walmart if you're picking up. Who would do that to their bottom line? If anything, you would hire more security, but why would you close a whole store, a Walmart, right? Does it sound logical to you? So that is misinformation. A simple check, just type it into Chat GPT. You'll see the sourcing and where that stuff comes from. And it is coming from people on TikTok just starting panic with people. Okay. Another thing is, when you're dealing with Snap, although it is a federally funded, situation through the United States government, USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, every city, every state has different things that they have going on. No common sense, Brittany. Just putting it out to the people, and people listen, and that's how stuff gets spread, right? But every state, depending on, like in California, it's called CalFresh. Some states call it something else. It is all SNAP, is all under the, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. But every state, every even city has different, things and how they move. All of it's federally mandated, all of it's, And so, like you can go to LA and it's, DPSS, Department of Social Services. You may go to Houston, where Jason is at, and it's called, their office is called something else, right? You may go to you may be in Virginia, where Brittany is at, and it's called something else. And Phoenix, where Rochelle is at, is the office, and everything is called something else. So you have to be very mindful when you have platforms and you're putting information out to people. People take this up and believe it. They really, really do. Okay, so Walmart is not shuttering their doors. I personally haven't even seen anybody boarding up Dollar Generals. I haven't seen that. I'm just saying. I haven't seen anybody boarding up Dollar Generals and boarding up stores. It's like, it's wild to put this false news out here like that, y'all. It is absolutely crazy. But that's why I tell people, make sure you're locked into the official Tyesse Report. Because TikTok is not a news source for me. I go to TikTok if I want to see funny videos. There is information on TikTok. TikTok can solve a whole police case, but it's not, no. I haven't seen any Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees boarded up, none of that stuff, y'all. I have not. And I'm just going to ask y'all, have y'all seen any Dollar Generals or dollar stores boarded up in your neighborhood? Like, what are we, is a hurricane coming? Like, have you, anybody in the Tie Squad, have you seen any of your local Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees, you know, have you seen any? Okay, I haven't seen any. All right. They're on every other corner. Yeah. That's what I try to do. Be as accurate as possible because I know people look up to me, right? They look up to me. Somebody said I just left. Dash of Dior said I just left there. Okay. It's a must in this day and age. And just stop talking just to sound deep. That's the thing, y'all. People want to sound like they in the know and they so deep, and you deep, all right. You're real deep. I don't say what you're deep in, you know. Oh my God, let's please stop. And I agree. Thank you, Warnell Berry Jr. for $10.31. And I agree with, I think that was Brandy that said, we know who the face of welfare is in America. Let's not just say food stamps. This is all encompassing, right? We know who the face of, well, we know who the numbers represent. We know who is the face. It's always black and brown people that are the faces of welfare. But statistically, oh no, it don't even come close, right? And so while some people are out here making fun of, yes, their TikToks, even Twitter, folks are making fun of people not having food, children not having food. That's how morally debased and sick they are. Laughing. The MAGA folks, some of them are on it themselves. Or they may have people in their family that is on it. Laughing like it's a joke. What you don't understand, idiot, moron, stupid, what you don't understand is this is not about hurting the recipient, right? This is not about hurting the recipient. There are farmers that are going to be hurt. Mom and pop stores are going to be hurt. Stores are going to be hurt. This is a ripple effect in the economy. People use transportation to go to the store. Uber, Lyft, public transportation. It's a ripple effect. If you're not going to the store, if you're not riding to the store, then now the Uber driver doesn't have any money coming in. His bottom line is going to be hit. The bus, the public transportation, you're not buying a bus pass or using any money to go to the store. So now public transportation is suffering. Idiot, dummy, stupid. So it's not about laughing at people. It's bad for everybody. It really is, Larry. My mother didn't like for me to call people stupid, but they are. They are. They're dumb. And it's people with 3 teeth in their mouth in West Virginia, in the hills of Tennessee. 3 teeth, remaining teeth. Sitting up here still with these red hats on, talking about make America great again. Well, you can see starting tomorrow how great America really is. How soon people who are making fun of people getting aid when this country was getting, getting aid during the Great Depression. When I look at the federal workers and people in general in these lines getting, assistance, it looks just like the 30s to me. It really does. I'm serious. It looks like the 30s. And so, we know what that was like. And we know, a lot of programs, came, with that under the New Deal with President Roosevelt. But those programs, none of those programs were centered around or for Black people. All of the social safety net programs that were packaged in the New Deal after the Depression, Black people were not centered in that. Matter of fact, Black people were just less than 70 years removed from slavery. So no, they were not centered in that. It's so simple. It's so simple, Crystal. If you don't want to Google, Chat GPT really is your friend. It's my new friend. And we still have radio silence from, all of these pastors that were out here low key propping up 47 while, being very, very shady to Sister Harris. And we don't see them online talking about anything, but they will, because they're going to see their bottom dollar, their bottom line is going to be affected by this. So eventually they're going to be forced to say something. Because if your members are not being able to buy food, and the money that they were going to give you for your tithes and offerings now have to go to trying to figure out how to pay for some food, then now they'll have to come out and say something. Well, most of these people, Tyesse, most of the people in these churches, they may not be on social services. Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, they are. Most of the people are. The church is built on the backs of Black women. When you go in these churches, all you see is Black women. And many of them are hardworking, a lot of them single mothers. A lot of them are really out here they're professional people in the church. Yes, they're academic people in the church. We don't want to make like the Black church is just, straight out of the episode of Good Times. But many of the people are hardworking, struggling people trying to make ends meet. Many of them are. And so as we prepare for tomorrow and how it looks, we don't know what it's going to look like. Fortunately, I have wherewithal to go in a grocery store and buy whatever I want. I don't even look at the price tag. There was a time when I did look at the price tag. Now I look at how big it is, or how fresh it is, or how much of it I want. Everybody don't have that luxury, and you need to think about that when you go and appreciate your freedom. And when you go shopping and you spending cash, think about that. Like, oh my God, somebody don't have this luxury. So, and also I'm gonna say this, because it comes out of a lot of our parents were maybe one generation removed from slavery, maybe two. And so when you see us as African Americans today, many of us, our pantries are full. Our deep freezers are full. Cabinets sometimes can't close. A lot of that comes from our foreparents. They love making sure it was a badge of honor to open your pantry or cabinet and you got plenty of food in the house. It was like, it really was. And that's why your parents did not like, none of your parents in this chat did not like you going to people's house saying you were hungry. Do you remember that? And don't be going over there talking about you hungry. That comes out of the whole slavery vortex, y'all. It did. Because once we got something, we were proud to have something. Because we know what people before us went through. Don't be going over there telling nobody you hungry. You got plenty of food here. And don't be going over there eating and that's how it was, especially Black mamas. And so my mother used to say, never go nowhere barefaced and empty-handed. I didn't know what that meant, I didn't know what that meant until I was grown. So never go nowhere barefaced and empty-handed. When you go outside your house, make sure you look decent. You ain't got to have on Gucci or Fendi, but make sure it's pressed and clean to the best of your ability. And if you go somewhere to somebody's house, if I go over to Danette's house and she invites me over there to a function or something, if you can't cook, bring some sodas or something, bring some napkins. Stephanie invite me over to her house, I'm going to bring a bottle of wine or something. Never go nowhere barefaced and empty-handed, y'all. Don't be walking around looking, throw it away. Go there and brush your hair, put a little gel in your hair, wash your face before you head out the door. You have your own lunch in a little bag or something. Don't be going over to asking people for no food either. I'm just saying it was, but that sage wisdom and that mother wit was just, it was unmatched. Those women were, some of y'all remember some of our mothers made breakfast full breakfasts, y'all. Like, it was bananas. That's why so many of us struggling with weight now. Them women in the South made, I'm talking about every morning, full breakfasts. I'm like, what is this? Eggs, sausage, bacon. Please tell me if I ever look barefaced. Somebody, you always look wonderful. But yeah, they would make full breakfasts, especially if you're in the South. Yeah, it was like, I'm talking about biscuits, all kind. It was like a buffet every morning. I got a friend, Mickey, she still does that. She still does that. She makes breakfast every morning. I'm like, Mickey, my dear sister Mickey, she get up every morning and make breakfast, a full breakfast for everybody, My grandmother generation would say, don't be showing your color out in public with white folks. Yeah, it's so many of them sayings and euphemisms, you guys. We would be here all day going through most of them, right? We'd be here all day. Okay, so we're going to be preparing for tomorrow. Assist anybody that you can, family or friend or whoever, if they need some help. Get a little recycle bag and fill it up, whatever you can. Y'all, we got plenty. Some of y'all got, if anybody in your family or neighbor, somebody needs anything, fill up a bag with, whatever you can fill it up with and give it to them. Because some people are so prideful. Don't be sitting over there starving, honey. Don't be starving because you're pride. Get your bag. Come in, get your bag and take some of these canned goods, a couple of things, a green beans, some sweet peas, whatever you can, grab a couple of these potatoes, Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. People talking about I'm arrogant and I brag too much. Child, I was on food stamps for at least 15 years. Making it work. They was giving us, in the beginning, $120 a month. And we got that $120 a month for a very long time. So I don't listen to a lot of that stuff people be saying. Because I come from humble beginnings. I struggled and I've worked for everything I have. I've worked for everything I have. I might even do a video. Who is Tyesse? I'm probably going to do that soon. Who is Tyesse? Because I think people hear a lot of my story and they don't really understand the complete story. So I may do that maybe over the weekend. Just do a video called Who is Tyesse? Because I don't want people to think my life is just relegated to Hollywood and jail and my teenage experience. No, I don't want you to think just that. So I may do a video and just call it Who is Tyesse? So you get a better understanding of who I really am. Because I don't want people to think that, I got to YouTube and YouTube validated me or YouTube made me feel some type of way or put starch in my back. Yeah, just, go to LA, ask around, circles, different circles in LA, who I am. I was a whole person before YouTube was and will be a whole person when I leave. We were taught how to survive. And so a lot of the younger generation now are going to be scrambling because a lot of them, they don't know how to make it work. They don't. Like me, for instance, I can take a bag of potatoes and make some smothered potatoes and make it a meal. They don't know how to take a potato, cut it up, make some rings with them potatoes, cut half of an onion, you need a little oil, put it in the pan, season the potatoes and the onions. Now, if you ain't got no beef broth or chicken broth, you can add, I don't use water today. I don't use water in nothing. But use some beef broth or some chicken broth and smother those potatoes down. It's a whole meal. If you fry them right, it'll bless your spirit. If you saute them potatoes right, onion, potato, seasoning, that's all you need. That's a whole meal. And beans and cornbread will literally stick to your ribs like glue. Well, what type of beans? Pinto beans, kidney beans, lima beans, 16 bean stew. If you ain't got no meat to put in them, girl, just boil them girls down with an onion and a little bell pepper in it. Well, I ain't got no neck bones, Tyesse. I ain't got no ham. Sometimes you don't have that. Sometimes you ain't got no neck bones and no damn turkey necks. Just boil it. Start boiling it. If you put that right beef bouillon cube up in there, it'll taste like it was made with neck bones in it. Purple hull peas. You put some red beans on. I'm talking about some regular red beans. And maybe it's put it with a little beef bouillon in there. Some onion. And let them girls come to a boil and bring them down low. Now, if you soak them overnight, you'll cut your cooking time down in half. So they say you don't have to soak beans. Yes, you do. Black people have been soaking beans since slavery. Soak them beans overnight, y'all. They have a fast way you can soak them down. I don't do that. Soak them beans when you go to bed at night. Put them in a bowl. Cover them up. Let them girls soak overnight. When you get up in the morning, put them on. And I guarantee they'll be done in about 90 minutes tops. Cook them into heaven, get the news. And we don't jiffy cornbread shame here. Some of y'all have got it so brand new now. Well, I have to get cornmeal, a little flour, and some baking soda to make my cornbread. Go ahead, girl, do all that. I'm not doing all that. Well, I like to get the golden medal cornmeal, Tyesse, and then I'm going to add some flour, a tablespoon of baking soda, a little sugar, and some salt to it. Okay, wonderful, girl. Okay, now do you feel good? You feel wonderful? Wonderful. You made cornbread from scratch. A little egg and some milk. Girl, I'm not doing all that. Tyesse's not doing all that. I can make cornbread right now that looks like a cake from scratch, but I'm not doing that. Well, I can go get some Jiffy and add an egg and some milk and throw that girl in the oven real quick. I'm not doing all that. Well, Jiffy tastes like cake from Publix. If Jiffy is too sweet for you, add 1 tablespoon of table salt, of kosher salt. Oh, it's just too sweet, Tyesse. It tastes like pound cake. Add 1 tablespoon of salt. And if you got a high blood pressure, add a teaspoon of salt. I'm just saying, y'all, there's a way to make it and survive, right? People don't know how to get that big old bag of leg quarters. Get that big bag of leg quarters, break that girl down in some Ziploc bags. You know the leg quarters that look like guns. Get you a sharp knife, cut them girls in half. You save money when you get the leg quarters. Cut them girls in half and you have a leg and a thigh. Then break them down and put them in Ziploc bags. Now, I haven't done a lot of this stuff because I order. I haven't done a lot of this stuff in years, but because I do eat out a lot. But if I have to do it again, I do remember how to do it. I do know how to do it. And the family trays, the family packs of stuff save you a lot of money, y'all. I do cook. Don't get me wrong. I do cook. In the movie Friday, the mother told Ice Cube, add some water. That was, I think the daddy said add some water. We did that a lot. We added water to stuff to stretch it. It was nothing to make a mayonnaise sandwich. Now, I haven't been to the era when they was making sugar sandwiches now, y'all. That was my mama and her people, that generation. Sugar sandwiches, sugar water. No, they never got that bad for me. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember in the 80s vividly the government cheese, the government butter, that peanut butter. That stuff was so good, y'all. It was so good. It was that cheese. Now listen, if you was making cheese toast, you did have to monitor it under the burner. You have to get you a chair, put it up, and sit it right there by that oven, and watch that girl. If you was making cheese toast, but you talk about some good grilled cheeses and macaroni and cheese. Now, see, that was before my time. Sugar sandwiches, and now I've seen a mayonnaise sandwich. I have seen a mayonnaise. A mayonnaise, yeah, that's just 2 pieces of bread with a mayonnaise on it. No, ain't no meat, ain't no cheese on it. Just eat it. You'll be okay. It'll fill you up. They had the powdered milk. That was the best milk. But see, I remember the milkman used to come around. Oh my God, I can taste that milk right now. The milkman, the Carnation milkman, used to come around in a little truck. It was like an old-timey truck. And oh my God, you talking about some good ice cream and milk and ice cream sandwiches, y'all. Do anybody remember the milkman? That stuff was like, it tasted like butter almost. Cinnamon toast, sugar toast. So you taking us back like that, not either sugar toast, cinnamon toast. Mm-hmm. He sure did. The milkman, the donut truck, they all came by. I may be going a little bit, I may be going back too far. Some of y'all may remember the mosquito truck too. Child, and the kids just out there playing and hell and all that stuff. Kids used to chase the mosquito truck. Some of y'all, am I too old for? Okay. The mosquito truck used to come through there. The fumes just be, spraying, and kids just be running behind it like it was water. Child, that was chemicals. Anybody remember the mosquito truck? Child, that's why our lungs can take anything today, aren't these kids that are adults now? Maybe I'm the only one to remember the mosquito truck. Kids be running behind the mosquito truck. That's like, girl, those are chemicals. Get y'all behinds in this house. What about the Schwann truck? Now, I don't know what the Schwann truck is. It's still here in Mississippi. Yeah. When me and my brother were young. I could have been no more than 5. I remember the mosquito truck going by. They still around? Okay. Kids just be out there playing like it was nothing but around the mosquito trucks. I remember I only saw when I was in Mississippi at my people's house. I remember my mama a homemade gravy with chicken grease and flour. Well, yeah, I have one on my I have a it's high end, but I have a grease can on my stove. I do have a grease can on my stove, and you put the drippings in there. If you want to make you some good gravy, some down in the Delta gravy, yeah, whatever drippings you have in your grease can, that's gonna make the best gravy. Now, I tend to now use Kinder's gravy mix. Oh my God, you gotta get it. It's called Kinder's. I rarely make gravy from scratch. Whatever liquid is in my food, I just add 1 packet of Kinder's. They got all kind of seasonings in the packet, y'all. Let me spell it out for you. If you see it in your grocery store, they got all kind of burger seasoning. It's called Kinder's. Man, you add 1 packet of that Kinder's in anything you cooking. They got grilling seasonings, gravy mix, au jus. I buy them all. Do you have to doctor up that Kinder's? No, you do not. Matter of fact, you might want to monitor your sodium if you're going to use Kinder's. I use it on everything, y'all. Oh my God, it's just really good. All right. Me and my sister were talking about tortilla and butter. That was real hard time. Yeah. I hope this administration does not turn us into the Squid Game in order to survive. Crime will increase. That's not negotiable. Crime will increase, you guys, but maybe when they see how these things are going, maybe it'll force them to the table. I'm sad that people are suffering, but I'm glad that the Democrats are finally getting a backbone. Because you cannot say this is on the Democrats when Republicans, got all 3 branches of the government. They do. Yeah, Kenders, you gotta be mindful. Like, don't season your food regularly and then go behind it with Kenders. Don't do that. I'm not trying to send nobody to the emergency room now, y'all. Monitor your salt when you're using anything Kenders, okay? It would be nice if they had a low sodium, brand or whatever they have. It's gonna increase, which will unfortunately increase. Yeah, it's all planned. It's all crystal. It's all planned. They have it all down pat how they want to do it, and so they think they're hurting illegal immigrants, but they're hurting our people as well. Our people are going to be hurt the worst with this. Yeah. Okay, what else is going on? I'm trying to think because I'm not going to see y'all again, I don't think. Because I got to run some errands. And then I got to do errands. And then I'm going to come home. I'm trying to make this quick spaghetti. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I deleted, finally, y'all. I finally canceled my subscription to TashaK.com. And I feel honored, y'all. I feel honored. Finally. And, I kept it. I would always forget about it. Real talk. I would always forget about it. It would just keep renewing. It's been renewing for over 2 years now. And so finally, I, got up this morning and I said I got to delete it because last night, after I finished Tyesse After Dark, I said I was gonna go watch all this stuff. I didn't watch anything. I actually, Cece, I don't know if she's here, but Cece emailed me and said, Tyesse, go watch this video with Tasha K. And she was talking about Archbishop Bernard Jordan in the video. She was talking about TD Jakes, of course, Larry, and Archbishop Bernard Jordan. It was Cece that sent me the email. And I normally watch Tasha K like when there's a major interview. I watch the Cat Williams brother. I remember the girl with Kevin Hart. I normally watch those videos. I don't just watch. I can't watch Tasha K on her own, like doing hot topics. I don't do it. I only watch her if there's a major interview. One of the other, remember Rocky and Latasha Scott, that kind of stuff. And so, Cece hit me up and said, Tyesse, go over there and watch that video. And I was like, I don't see anything. And then I finally found it. She had a video up of, Bishop Jakes on the cover. I think Larry was on the cover too. And so I fast forwarded to the timestamp. And listen, I know Tasha K is homophobic. I get it. I get it. A lot of people are homophobic. And some of the church sector guys over there are very homophobic, transphobic. And I'll still check them out. Your homophobia is not going to keep me from just looking at something if you have it up, right? What I don't do is hate speech. People are homophobic. People are transphobic. What I don't do is hate speech at all. No form of it, right? I watched it. She had a blogger on giving her, because, the church sector or all of this is not really Tasha's sector. So she had a very insignificant blogger. She had, a blogger on there giving her a play-by-play. And so she, well, not so much a play-by-play. She was on there helping her navigate through the story of what is going on, right? Because this is not her sector, church news, Matter of fact, Tasha kept calling the man A.R. Bernard, and I'm like, oh my God, why is she calling him A.R.? But Tasha always does that. She always messes people's names up. So she kept calling him A.R. Bernard and whatever. So the blogger that was there that was talking to her, as I said, very insignificant, probably will never go anywhere outside of whatever she's got going on. But was giving her the news and what was going on. And then Tasha, started talking about, things. And she began to drop the F-bomb. The word that begins with an F and ends with a T. I said, oh no. Oh no. I know I see some of her stuff with T.S. Madison, and it's problematic, but I said, listen, there are a lot of people online that have problems with whether it's just hilarious or whoever. There's a lot of people that have problems with LGBTQ people, and it's a sign of the times. But yeah, she started using the F-bomb just back to back. I kid you not. I wouldn't even exaggerate. But what was so disturbing, you guys, is that the blogger that was giving her the news didn't flinch. Because she was saying it with such vigor and malice. Yes, Hutch. And the blogger that was sitting there, when I tell you, she did not flinch. Most people, if you hear somebody use the N-word in a nasty way, or the F word, or a word that you use for lesbians or anything, trans people, I don't know. I would be like, if like this, oh my God, like, are you? Yeah, she didn't flinch, and I was like, okay. But then, like I said, y'all, it was just bad. It got bad. And so I can tell y'all this. I don't anticipate Bernard Jordan going on that platform. I know a lot of y'all were thinking that he was probably going to make his way to Tasha K. No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Because the way she talked about Bernard Jordan and talked about his wife, her looks, oh no, that ain't happening. So y'all can scratch that off the list. That ain't going to be a stop. I kid you not. But listen, I done paid a lot of money. I guess I got my $12.99's worth over the years, y'all. But that was the end of the line for me because yeah. And people say all the time, well, I hear y'all use the word gay people when y'all are reading. Well, it's like black people. We use the N-word. We can use it because we can take the power back. So I can use the F word because I am LGBTQ. It's a personal preference if you are part of that class. There are Tyesse Squad members that do not use the N-word. There are Tyesse Squad members that can use the N-word or will. So it ain't the same when I use it because I'm a part of the damn party. But yeah, I don't anticipate him being on there because maybe the way she dragged. But then let me say this to you guys, and I gotta go. This thing with Larry, and I'm not trying to be on here windmilling for nobody because Larry can speak for himself. But this thing with Larry, what he was saying yesterday is very, very true. It's very, very true. On the last live he did. These people, I don't think they care to try to figure out or reach out to people about information or clearing anything up. I'm going to go on the record and say they just don't care. Okay? So it's not that they will or won't. They don't care. Soak for 8 hours, then cook boil for an hour. And yeah, Brother Ben is behind. I don't think they care because the girl, what did she say? Tasha K asked, is it true that Larry sold everything, is on the run in Dubai? And then she says, yes. So, okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a lie. And you have to know it's a lie when you said it. So if somebody asks you a question like that, is it true Larry sold everything and is on the run in Dubai? And then you answer yes, you have to know that's a lie when you said it. So therefore, I conclude that you don't care. They don't care. These people are not. Y'all, I give up. I'm done. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. until they get tired. But Larry was very truthful. These people make money off of his name. They do. You can literally go to their channels and look at their content when they're not talking about Larry, and it is basically, the numbers are abysmal. It needs to be studied how you can talk about somebody while making money off of the same person. It's unfortunate. I mean, you literally dragging somebody, talking about somebody like a dog, but your channel is making money off of that person. But listen, it's very expensive. The copyright. I have the money right now to do it, but y'all, I'm not in a position to do it. But that copyright, I want it. I want it. You're not gonna put my name in a thumbnail and insult me and use my likeness. No, you're not gonna do that. And so, reporting and flagging your page, I don't do that kind of stuff. But what I can do is have a lawyer or my lawyers reach out to YouTube and have it removed the right way. I don't want to get your channel struck. No, I don't want to get your channel struck because I know you got to eat like I got to eat. But you're not going to put my name, my likeness, and affect my image and affect my branding. No, you're not going to do. No, you're not going to do that. So that needs to be done. All bloggers that have any type of resources, you need to do that, and you need to do it soon. And if you need to know what type of copyright I'm talking about of your image, your likeness, your brand, if you need to know, I will tell you privately and have it removed, and they will have to take it down. No, I know a lot of these people need these checks. I don't need it. A lot of these folks need these checks. But I agree with Larry. You have to, at some point, take a stand. Because at some point, it's too much. When every video or every other video is something about me, it's too much. It's a mess. Don't underestimate someone that's going to other channels. Okay, let me know what you mean by that, Ralph. I don't understand what you mean. No, I don't believe in striking people's channels. There's a lot of things I could do, but that opens up doors for people to retaliate on you. So, but you have to do this the legal way, the professional way. You want to talk about me? I'm open. I talk about people. We can talk about each other. It's all day long. But when you start putting my picture up and my name up in your thumbnails, I'm not a part of the beef sector. I'm not a part of the beef sector. I'm not. So I know people get comfortable with that because they are, right, a part of the beef sector. But I'm not a part of the beef sector. I can read shade just like anybody else does. For whatever reason, mine tends to get under people's skin. But I'll handle all of that in due time. And I think I'm going to handle it just as I'm getting ready to move away from YouTube and start my other platform on another platform, because I have a plan. And just as I'm exiting up out of here, I'm going to unload because I have a plan. Okay. Yeah, I don't like to see Dr. Reed. It's sad, y'all. It's unfortunate, but I guess it's a sign of the times. You know, you don't know when they're going to stop or if it will ever stop. But I wish people would just understand that people, you know, people have children, people have family members that see this stuff. It's very hurtful. I guess they don't even see people as human, you know. That was really a masterclass. And if you go over to his members only, he posted all of the DMs from Cornelius. Cornelius should really go away. And the young man, the other little guy, what's his name? I can't think of his name. The other little boy that was rebuking somebody, he needs to go somewhere and sit down too. Cornelius, baby, listen. You have been exposed to the 18th degree, to the 10th degree. Yeah. So go somewhere, baby. That's why you stop playing with people. And stop lying so much. If you stop lying, you will have to be exposed. And I'm sure this video will be probably on somebody's thumbnail. This video I'm talking about right now. I'm pretty sure. But it gets to the point where you have to stop responding and even just unfollow these people. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure this video will be on somebody's thumbnail, and but like I say, honey, have your fun now. Have it now. Because an Aquarius never forgets. Ever, ever forgets. So have your fun now, baby, while you're having it. I love how Larry handled Cornelius' lies. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And then, like, with me, when I come on here, I shade, I read people. It's like the next thing you know, they come like, I'm a bully. But they can do 80, 90 videos on Larry, 80, 90 videos on everybody else. And so if I come on and say something, it's the end of the world. But it's okay. Like I say, baby, have your fun, do your big one. Have a blast. Okay. Okay, let me do a word for the day, y'all. Let me do a word for the day. Okay, let me get that in. I think we covered everything, y'all. Yeah, I deleted. I canceled the Tasha K subscription. I'm done. I'm done, Bart. Okay. Oh, I got this email from somebody this morning, y'all. I don't get these people. I really don't. Hold on, let me get it. Hold on. Okay, let me email me this morning. Okay, what's your name, brother Claude? Y'all email me at 9:59 a.m. At 9:59 a.m. I'm not gonna call your last name, but your name is Claude, and you said, and you said when Matthew Stevenson moved into Bishop Jordan's building, and Bishop Jordan prophesied to him, now that they are on the outs, does that prophecy no longer stands? I'm just wondering, does prophecies decrease in value once I get mad with you? Why do people inbox me like I'm Nostradamus? I don't know. They inbox me like I am some type of guru or something. I'm just wondering, does prophecies decrease in value once I get mad at you with you? I need you to hit me up with the address so I can send that right on over. That shirt is dope, Ty. I need to hit you with my address so you can. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, now I do have the video. I was able to find the video. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get that video, Ty Squad. Because I didn't follow Bishop Jordan or Matthew like that. I didn't. So, but I think I have it here. Hold on, let me get it. How long was this video? 2 minutes and 14 seconds? Oh, child, I don't feel like going through all this. Hold on, let me see. Let me see, Ty Squad. Hold on. I ain't gonna upload it. Let me. I'd like to say to you, Tom Roberts, the greatest match upon this land of God. I'm looking, y'all. I'm looking. It is one that belongs to me. Okay, honey. They got a prayer shawl on him and they praying for him. Y'all, I don't know. I'm just being honest with y'all. I don't know. These people prophesy whether it's Matthew Stevenson, whether it's Matthew Stevenson and who that lady, and Tiffany Montgomery. Y'all, it's just always something going on or whatever. Yeah. All right. Okay, so Larry's live right now with Paul Morton, y'all. If y'all want to go over, he is live right now with Paul Morton. Remember the Jordans went to channels and talked about them like dogs. Don't underestimate on how they're moving. Listen, baby, I am so over this whole Better Blogger Brigade tour, y'all. I'm over it. But if you guys want to head over and watch Larry and not Prophet, Bishop Paul Morton, feel free to do so. This is a perfect time for me to get the hell out of here and handle my stuff. I'll watch while I'm out today. But just know, everybody, listen, people are going to talk about you. People are going to try to, tear you down. People are going to do all these things. It's really a part of life. You're not exempt. I'm not exempt. I can dish it. I can take it. Sometimes, it just, when you know that you're not doing anything no different than anybody else, you wonder where all of that energy comes from. Like, people just really, really tend to, that's like, if you have anything good going on, seems like it's double, right? Double what everybody else goes through. So I'm a strong person. But yeah, earlier this week I was considering, like, go ahead and calling it a day, but no. Y'all have been here with me through thick and thin. Y'all have loved me and supported me, and abandoning you is not an option. I'm going to run on and see what the end going to be. I'm definitely going to work on a second platform so that I can like leave YouTube and come to YouTube if I just want to do something on YouTube. So we're working on something right now, y'all. I promise you, we're working on it. Hopefully I'll have everything ready for the top of the year, the first quarter of the year, and we can seamlessly just move to another. No, I would never. I'm not gonna leave. I was in my feelings. I was in my feelings about something. And so the first quarter of the new year, we'll be able to move to another platform, and some of y'all are gonna have to transfer over to this platform. Okay, not Patreon. I'll tell you at that time. So you guys gonna have to get in the know. We're gonna have a whole month of trying to help you change over to this platform. All right, well, we can go and be free of this, whatever this is. I will keep my YouTube account and keep it active, but yeah, I'll have more freedom to speak and really speak over there. Okay. So some of the old saints, we're gonna have a whole month of getting you acclimated to that platform. Okay. Right. All right. Because when you're relegated to one platform, people tend to try to, there's certain things they try to do when they know that you're on this platform or you're attached to certain platforms. They try to do different things, and I don't like being pigeonholed. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the first quarter of the new year will be starting to pack our stuff and kind of move some of our things over there. Marley Gibbs Media Center will always be here, but yeah, it's going to be a good time, and everybody's going to have to set up an account, and we're all going to be there, and we're going to have a great time, and they basically can have all of this. But on my way out, all right, I love you guys. On my way out, I'm gonna wave with the peace of love. All right. I'm excited too, Michelle. Have a wonderful day on purpose. I got my seasoned saints admissions. We're going to have to get the seasoned saints because I already know it's going to be complicated for them. But we're going to walk them through it at least a month before the last moving van comes. We got the senior saints. It's going to be a lot for them to learn. But they're going to learn it. We're going to make sure they learn. All right, y'all, I got a lot to do. Head over to Larry. Check out Bishop Morton and Larry live on his channel. Have a wonderful day on purpose. I will see all of my Patreons tonight. And if I can squeeze in something between now and 9, I will. Mary, I'm so over it. They can have it. Okay? But I'm going to keep my channel. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. All right. Have a great day, everybody, on purpose. I'll see you soon. Cue the music. Let's go. Let's get out of here. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at Tyesse76@yahoo.com. Yes, you can. Day or night. Come on by. Check it out. All right. Tyesse76@yahoo.com. I can't wait to see you guys. All right. See y'all tonight for Hollywood Unlocked. I did not do the word for the day. Okay, I didn't do it. Okay, let me do it real quick. Okay, hold on. People are leaving. Okay, they're going over to check out Larry and Bishop Horton. Okay, let me do it really quick. I'm gonna do it in a minute or less. I'm gonna do it in a minute or less. Okay. The word for the day is, if you remember for Color Girls, Kimberly Elise and Felicia Rashad, she told her point blank, you have to take some responsibility in this. How little or how much you take is up to you. There are things that I have done. There are things that I have did, on YouTube. I have to take responsibility in the atmosphere that I helped bring to my channel. Okay. And sometimes if you understand that, you can get to a better place. If you take responsibility in your part and the energy that you have taken place in your own life. That is the word of the day. Sometimes you have to take some responsibility. How much or how little you take is up to you. Have a great day. I will see you on tonight.